Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Alicia and I'm glad to have you. I have started my spring cleaning. As you probably saw in our last video, I started with my oven and I'm cleaning my refrigerator today. I mostly picked it because I've got to fit these 2 racks of ribs in here. Dusty's gonna smoke those later on today. I don't know if I'm gonna film all of my spring cleaning. I have several things on my list that I want to get done in the next month or so. It's mostly just cleaning out. I really want to get rid of a lot of excess stuff. To be honest, we have done that periodically and we really don't have that much stuff, but it just accumulates no matter what you do, and we have such a small house. It doesn't take much to make me feel like the walls are closing in on me. Dusty built this little bench that goes at the foot of our bed, and I use it to keep shoes. I don't even know where the other shoe that goes with this one is, and I think I've had those since high school, so goodbye. Speaking of shoes that I need to say goodbye to, this rack full of sandals, I know a lot of those need to go, and I was dreading tackling that, but I got it done and it looks so much better. To go with the ribs tonight, I'm gonna make a fresh loaf of bread. The sourdough that I had gotten a little dry, so I cut it up and put it in the oven with some olive oil and Italian seasoning and made croutons. If you haven't done that yet, you really need to try it. It's so good. It's the best croutons I've ever had. But anywho, I'm just gonna get these ribs seasoned up. I always put mustard on them. I started doing that years ago. I think we've already talked about that. Everybody probably does that by now. And I'm gonna mix up just a dry rub to put on them. There's one ingredient that I normally put in the rub on my ribs that I'm not gonna use today, but I got garlic powder, onion powder, smoked paprika, black pepper, some red chili flakes, and some salt. And I normally do some brown sugar, but Dusty is easing into keto, so I'm not going to put any sugar on them. We had actually planned to share 1 rack of ribs with my neighbor, but he had some family come in that brought food for their supper that night. I also made some potato salad just for me and to take to my neighbor. Dusty doesn't eat potato salad. I really thought that I filmed that, but apparently I didn't. So, and actually, I don't think Dusty filmed getting these ribs on or off the grill. So this is probably the last that you will see of these ribs. Over the weekend, I also made a coconut cream pie that I had never made before, and it was so good. Everybody enjoyed it. Actually, I made 2 of them. The bottom layer is like no-bake cheesecake. This is a no-bake pie, and so it's a layered pie. You know how I feel about layered desserts. They're my favorite. I think they're probably everybody's favorite. I will be putting the recipe for this pie in the description of this video. I'll put the easy version. If you watch through this video of me making this pie, you'll notice that I add coconut flavor to the pudding layer of this pie. Walmart didn't have coconut cream pudding like they normally do, so I had vanilla pudding, and I had to add coconut flavor to it. Hopefully you won't have that problem, so you can skip that whole little step. But I did toast my coconut that is going on the top. Also, the pudding layer of this pie, they didn't have instant pudding, which I probably would have used for this because I was making it on Sunday morning, so I wanted the fastest thing. So all they have was the cook and serve, which I have not used in literal years. So we in the trenches, y'all. And now, don't get me wrong, the cook and serve is delicious and turns out just fine. But for a quick dessert that, you're telling people, oh, this is fast, it's no bake, and then you buy the cook and serve pudding and you have to cook it. Anyway, I wanted something fast, so if you do too, get the instant pudding. I have made my own pudding before. I did not want to do that today. I wanted the fastest thing, and I did not get the fastest thing. Like I said, I'm making this on Sunday morning. I'm already kind of dressed for church. However, it was the last Sunday of the month, so we actually have 2 o'clock service on those days. So this pie does need to set in the refrigerator. So like I said, I made it in the morning and I wanted it to have plenty of time to chill and set up in the refrigerator. And it did. I got up early enough and got it started. Having cook and serve pudding really did not make that big of a difference. It's fine. It all worked out. Now here I'm making the top layer of the pie, which is just whipped cream. I did add vanilla and coconut extract. I don't think the recipe that I was kind of going by actually said to do that, but that's what I did. I love coconut, and the more coconut flavor, the better. And of course, I washed as I went because I knew we were going to be gone most of the day, and I cannot leave my kitchen in disarray like for all day when we're not going to be there. It drives me crazy, and I will think about it until I get home. So it has to be clean before we leave. I had a thought while I was making this pie. I have a lot of friends that don't like to cook, and there is absolutely no shame in running to Walmart or running to the grocery store and picking up a pie that's already made or a cake that's already made. Something, that you can just pick up really quick and take somewhere. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's also nothing wrong with making it yourself. And whichever one you would rather do, that's what you need to do. There may be a lot of reasons that you would rather make it yourself. I like knowing what's in stuff. I like to cook. I also find beauty in telling somebody the recipe for something versus telling them where I got something. You can strike up a conversation. You can even make new friends sharing recipes. And I just think that's really nice. So that's why I chose to make these pies when I could have just bought something. So to end this video, not only did we have a busy weekend, Lawson started pulling up and standing on his own. So if you're keeping up with his progress and growing up, there you go. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more.